morning and welcome to Expresso here on SABC3. Now this morning we're talking about knitwear and we are going to continue talking over the next few weeks. In the past we've discussed things like jewelry, we've discussed things like straight looms, and this morning we're focusing on round looms. Now if you've like me, I've been knitting a scarf for the last 5 years. This is possibly a segment that you want to just move over and take a good listen to. Our designer this morning is Tanja Alldred, and she's going to be basically taking us through what we're going to be doing today, round looms, and she is from Elle Yarns. Good morning, Tanja. How are you?
Fine, and you? Good to be back.
It's so good to have you back. I've watched you, but now I'm actually going to get in on this as well. We're doing round looms today.
Correct.
I'm not much of a knitter. What exactly is that?
It's like we demonstrated last week on the straight loom, except now we're going to be doing it in the round.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a weaving different process, but the principle remains the same of hooking stitches over. So your scarf will be done in no time.
Yay, finally, hey, 5 years later. Now I see some interesting apparatus that we have here. What exactly do we do with them?
Okay, basically what we're doing is we get the round loom. As you can see, we sell them in a set of 4 different sizes.
Okay.
And that just allows you to create different things for different sizes.
Yes.
So you can get your little baby beanies.
Okay.
You can make adult beanies.
Nice.
The greatest craze at this stage are snoods.
The snoods. Lots of celebrities wearing those at the moment.
Correct.
Eh?
And then you can also go into the toy range. So little long snakes and teddy bears and all of that's great.
Wonderful stuff. So you can actually make all of these things yourself.
You can. And what's great is that it requires no sewing up when you finish because you're working everything in the round.
Great. Do you want to take us through how exactly we use the round?
Of course. I'm going to just demonstrate on the small one just to save us some time.
That would be for the baby beanie over here.
We've used this size for the baby beanie.
Okay.
But that you just choose your size on what you'd like to do.
I'm so fascinated by this.
So basically what we do, like I said, it's also a wrapping process. So we're going to just grab some yarn. Just to begin, all you need to do is you make your little slip knot.
Okay.
All right? We're just going to attach it to the side peg. This is just basically to secure your yarn while you're working.
Yes.
And then again, it's a wrapping process. So you go just put in, so working from the back of the loom to the front, all we do is we wrap the yarn around.
Wow.
Do you want to give it a go?
Yes. I'm amazed at this. My goodness. Okay, cool. So we're just wrapping.
Work from the front, go behind it, that's fine. There.
Wow, there we go.
Move to the next peg.
One, okay. See, even Leanne can do it. If Leanne can do it, anybody can do it. Pretty cool. And I just keep on going.
You keep going until you get to the end.
She will get it. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. You're going to need to give me a hand clap. Woo! There we go.
Okay, but basically now what you'll need to do is you need to always pass a bottom stitch over the top. So we don't have that yet. So all we need to do now is basically you repeat the process. And this is where you don't have your seam that you need to sew away. So we would then just continue going around until you have 2 rows that have been completed.
Wow.
Okay. And then basically what you do is when you get to the end of your row, you're just using your loom hook. You pass your bottom row.
Look at that.
Over the top row.
Over that, and you carry
And you just keep going around and around.
Wow.
And that is the step that you repeat until you get to the length that you require, and then you cast off.
You could do this in, what, half the time that it would take you to actually knit it with 2 knitting needles, right?
Correct, because there's no decreasing or anything that's required in all of this.
Okay.
Simply by the time you get to the end, you thread your sewing needle, hook off all the stitches, pull it close together and fasten it off, and embellish it like you wish.
Wonderful stuff. And now we have something that looks a bit more complicated over here. Like, it looks like a worm. Or
it is. It's basically exactly the same process. It's a kiddie's toy.
Yeah.
It's all done on a round loom, just changing colours as we go, and it's just a long tube which we've stuffed and then just put on some eyes.
Amazing. Now, you know what I liked about knitting, even though it has taken me 5 years to knit my scarf, is it's a very peaceful, relaxing thing. Even this is just something that you can enjoy on your very own. It's very therapeutic as well.
Very therapeutic, because it requires no thinking, you know, really. It's a repetitive process. So it's a real relaxed, chill-out craft that you can do sitting, and it's great even for the kids to do.
And you can use any kind of yarn, any kind of wool on this?
It's advisable probably to use more of a chunky yarn, which is thick, because of the size of the pegs, but it's really up to a knitter's creativity and what they want to use it for.
Wonderful. And of course you have all different sizes, so you can go from kiddies all the way through adult.
Correct.
Thank you so much, Tanja. Well, this morning we've been talking to Tanja Alldred from Elle Yarns, and of course if you want to find out more how to make all of these different interesting things that we've been talking about, just go to www.elleyarns.com and you could maybe make these yourself.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.